What's going on, guys? Welcome to Rado Reactions. Today we're going to be reacting to a really funny video. I got to know this comedian, Miriam Margolyes, watching her from the Graham Norton Show, actually, and I saw her interviews there. I saw two of them, and they were incredibly funny, so I wanted to just go ahead and watch this compilation of her videos and react to it. So let's go ahead and get into it.
I'm just fascinated by you. No, because unfortunately I don't know many black people. No, except in show business.
Yes.
Except in show business. And that's what's so nice.
It's lovely. It's exotic. It's really lovely. It's exotic.
This is early.
It's lovely, Miriam. You're right.
Graham Norton.
Miriam has a thing. She doesn't like to know who she's coming on with. Because last time you liked will.i.am, but you didn't know who will.i.am was, did you?
I actually didn't. And he's charming. He's a most delightful gentleman, really. But unknown to me, that was the thing.
Yes. So how are you doing tonight?
Well...
She doesn't know any of them. That's funny.
Have you ever worked with Dominic? Have you worked with Dominic?
Yes, we have.
No, we haven't, darling, have we?
No, we haven't, actually.
No. But I hope we will.
Yeah.
See, I know Miriam mostly from, obviously, the Harry Potter series, but she's got such a huge IMDb, and she is so funny when she does interviews.
I think I've seen you in The History Boys.
Yes.
I think I saw that.
Yeah,
That's good.
And I can't remember you, but I thought you were...
Very memorable.
No, did you see Mamma Mia? He was very good in Mamma Mia. Did you see that?
That was a dreadful film. Didn't think that was a good film.
He was in it.
Yes. It was fun, Miriam. It was the film of Mamma Mia.
It was a very popular film with people.
Yes. That's all we can hope for, Miriam, really. That's...
That's what I'm going to say to people now. It's a very popular film with people, yeah, that's a good film.
We dream of making things that are popular with people. And Lily Allen, pop star, I mean, you will know Lily's songs. I promise you will.
Darling, I'm 72. I don't know about songs and singing, but I know you're highly admired. I do know that.
See? Yes. Unlike Dominic, I guess.
Yeah.
Dominic, nothing.
didn't like that.
Yeah, you're in a horrible film. I don't remember the other one, but Lily, everyone loves you.
Also, on a side note, Graham Norton is very good at, getting at getting that interviews and actually talking to the people really well. So.
But you'll have heard Lily's song at Christmas on the ads. It was on the John Lewis ad. You saw that ad, didn't you?
I was in Amsterdam at Christmas.
Christmas starts in October.
And by the way, have you chatted out the back a bit?
Very briefly.
Oh, okay.
Matthew Perry.
I don't know you. We don't know each other.
No,
do we?
we don't.
No, not yet. But I'm very pleased to meet you.
Well, it's nice to meet you.
Very pleased. And I
She doesn't even know who he is.
think you're lovely.
I think you're lovely too.
Thank you.
That's good. There we leave our show. But the last time we met each other, we went to see the Queen of Country, went to see Lovely Dolly Parton.
Yes, we did.
Yes. And we got to meet her, sort of.
A sort of meet and greet. We had to queue for about 45 minutes.
It's a long time.
In a tunnel, And I'd been dying to go to the lavatory for ages. So I farted and...
No.
Well-
Miriam understates what she did.
Well, I was irritated,
But she goes, we're standing in the queue, and there's like nice people here all with their dolly pins, and she suddenly goes, "Balls for fart," and it was the loudest fart I've ever heard.
Well, I fart a lot. I think I'm just like that. But I don't know why, but I think it brings people together. I think it's an encouraging human thing to do.
We all do it.
Yeah, we all do it,
Because you're... What's the thing you're having done? Is it a colon?
I've had it done.
Oh, you've had it done?
No, actually, this is, it's a sort of party political broadcast. It's on behalf of colonoscopies. because it's a wonderful way of checking what you've been eating and the harm it does to you. But
Is it easier to check it as it goes in?
All right, that's why we have labels now, so we can read what goes in these products. But
And what do you get to see it?
well, what happens is you lie on your side, and the doctor puts a lot of tubing up into your arsehole, and then it all sort of comes out, and he looks at it all the way up, and you know, and it's really worth having done. So please, please do it.
Have you done it?
No, but you're meant to. A guy's meant to do it by 35-40, apparently.
I don't know why guys should be different. Arseholes are arseholes.
Okay.
So
What is
quick.
the story about you meeting an American man in Cambridge?
When I was a student.
Yes.
Yeah. That was before I was a lesbian. I was just, I was sorting myself out.
Yes.
And, as you do, at university. And I was on my bike, because we cycled.
Over the cobbles, I would imagine.
Dyke on a bike, and...
Anyone say it?
And we stopped at the traffic lights, and I looked to the left or the right, whatever it was, and there was a car, an open car, with an American soldier inside, and something crazy took hold of me then. You know that feeling.
I've got it right now.
And I said, would you like to follow me to my college, and I'll you off?
one thing about British comedians is they really know where the line is, and they just cross it over. Like American actors, they're not used to going to British talk shows because they don't know where the line is. And as you can see, Stanley Tucci, he's not used to that type of comedy. Especially not on TV.
You knew you recognized it from somewhere.
Exactly. I was still in knee pants at the time. Anyway, go ahead. Finish that story.
I think we know what happened.
Right. Yeah, right.
The really interesting thing was that he afterwards, and I should explain, I thought I was being a good girl because a bad girl would have had intercourse.
With a random stranger from the street. For sure.
Well, I still think it was the right thing to do.
I'm sure he felt the same way.
Anyway, after it was all over, he said, could I come back next week? Because I've got some friends here.
Damn,
I'd like to be
Miriam.
on one of your shows that will actually air.
Wild. That's a wild story. And just for them to leave that in the show that's hilarious. And she definitely does stuff like that.
Miriam is one of those people. You must be in such a tiny minority in the world.
I've never seen Friends.
I saw it.
But that's not possible, Miriam. You must
Well,
have
I'll tell
woken
you-
up in a hotel room and it was just on.
You know what? I'll be honest. When Friends was on, I never actually saw it, start to finish when it was first on TV, when it first came out. But after it was finished, that's when I started watching it too. So I'll be honest, I didn't know what people were talking about when the Friends phenomenon was going on in the early 2000s. I was always watching stuff like Seinfeld and other TV shows, but definitely I caught on right after Friends too.
I'll show you some episodes in a hotel room.
I'll tell you why. Many years ago, I lived in America,
Yes.
in Los Angeles, and I was part of the stable of comedy people of Norman Lear. And he introduced me to Marta Kaufman and David Crane.
Yes.
And I really liked David Crane, and I couldn't stand Marta Kaufman. I thought she was a monster.
He's got no filter.
They wrote Friends. I thought, bugger it, I'm not watching that. And that's the only reason.
Oh,
She's actually quite a lovely woman. I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't say anything.
I won't.
No need, I'd have thought, at this point. Walking on telly and all.
I think it's been said.
Miriam, you
Definitely been said.
played, I was going to say a monkey, you played a rabbit in, but no, the Caramel ad.
Cadbury's Bunny, yes.
Yes.
Yes, a
Oh,
long
the
time
voice.
ago, yeah.
Oh, that beautiful, smooth, caramel-like
That's
voice.
it.
I remember that commercial back in the day. What? Man, that was
yeah.
her.
Oh, lovely. That was Miriam.
That was me.
Was it Take It Easy, Mr.
Take it easy, Mr. Rabbit. Something like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
And in a really creepy poll, that rabbit came third sexiest animated character of their time.
Really?
Yeah. Like, who decided to... We should
Third?
find out which animated characters people find
I want to
sexiest.
know who beat me, yes.
Betty, is it Betty Boo? Betty Boop?
Yeah, Jessica
Betty
Rabbit,
Boop.
she's quite
I bet Jessica Rabbit was
Jessica
second and you were
Rabbit.
third.
Of course.
Not bad, though.
It's not bad, it's not
bad.
bad. You did tweet some really good pictures of yourself at the Jubilee celebration.
What about Lola Bunny? They should have put her in there too. I'm just saying, or Nala from The Lion King. There's a few of them. Jasmine from Aladdin.
There's you with Will One Is.
I love the fact that you've out-royaled him with your outfit there as well.
Who is that gentleman?
That's Prince William.
Come on,
Miriam.
She didn't recognize him at all.
Not really Prince William.
Yes.
Not the black one.
No, the black one's you. I know. I didn't realise that was Prince William.
Yes, Prince William. Yeah.
Yo, what is that squeal? What was that squeal from Will I Am?
But he's bald in that picture.
That was a flash because that was this phone. So a lot of things are getting lost up there in the top.
Yeah.
Like, you can't really see my top of my head there either. As a matter of fact, that whole entire black area is my afro.
That's a good one. Not gonna lie, that's a good one.
Is that what happens if you don't use enough product?
I think this is what happens if he doesn't use enough product. This could happen. Because, you've entertained people on planes. You were doing a film, was it in Morocco you were doing a film and you were travelling back?
Yes, it was Poor Little Rich Girl. And it was a difficult shoot, and everybody was a bit depressed and tired, you know, which you couldn't
Never seen
get
that.
on films. And I thought if I exposed my breasts, people up. In those days, they were curvy. They had some life in them. They were sort of Salvation Army now, you know, raising the fallen, so to speak.
Wild.
And I didn't mean to be offensive at all. I meant to be, you know, caring and loving. And I just took off my bra and streaked down the middle of the plane, right through, first class, right through to economy. You know. And, it was wonderful. It was wonderful.
Did you get a round of applause?
Actually, no. There were just shocked faces.
Doesn't sound like a bad plane ride.
But I will do anything to cheer people up.
That's very nice of you.
It's all right. See you after.
You've said that it's not autobiographical in any way, and yet the character you play is a lot of you.
Well, I play a drunk.
Okay.
So... it's a slightly exaggerated form of myself.
Yes.
But
Were you an alcoholic at one time?
I still am.
Not Really?
Well, yes.
I don't think you ever stop.
No, you always are. You always are. I'm a recovering alcoholic. I'm glad we're talking about this.
Well, you look great.
Thank you very much.
You look great.
For a long time there, Matthew Perry didn't even want to talk about any of his alcoholism or his problems, but then he finally started talking about it, and this interview is still a little bit older, but just shows like his progression. And obviously in the Friends reunion, he kind of came out and he started talking about it even more, and how much he had to deal with playing that character Chandler. That's interesting that like even then, like, he was just still starting to open up a little bit more, and a person like Miriam, not knowing who he is, kind of brought it out of him to explain more. That's interesting.
And now, when you're in an ad, do you voice an opinion on the ad, or do you just do? Oh, you do.
Always.
Do they welcome that opinion?
No. No, but
That's
I mean,
sad.
I know
Why not?
better than they do. That is the truth.
Yes.
And I'm experienced, and I need to help them sometimes. The grammar is often bad.
She really doesn't want to listen to my songs.
Yes, I do.
We'll get notes. We'll get notes later. Because Miriam, you were the voice of a period, weren't you?
A menstrual period.
A menstrual period.
Yes.
Sorry, my mistake. And as an actress, how did you find that voice?
Well, you always go to the text first.
Yes.
And the text was, you didn't expect to find me on your holidays. So I thought, well, that's got to be a naughty schoolgirl. So I went, you didn't expect to find me on your holidays, did you?
Beautiful. What were you selling? Sanitary towels.
Creepy, I'm not gonna lie.
It was for sanitary protection. Yes,
Lovely.
for sanitary protection.
Yeah. Sales went up, I imagine. Yes.
Yeah. I have actually got a menstrual story for you, if you like.
Of course she does. Of course she does.
Off you go, Miriam Margolyes.
Did I tell you last time about when I did an audition for Crossroads?
No, I don't think
Right,
so.
well, for those of you who may remember, Crossroads was a soap opera, which took place in Birmingham, and I went for the audition. And I'm pouring this all over myself. It's rather exciting. And as I was waiting for my turn to do the audition, my period started, and I thought...
Period.
Don't you call
Period.
Don't you call it that?
No, I just thought I'm on the rag.
On the rag.
On the rag.
Very in between.
Yes. How you doing, Dominic?
Doing okay.
All good there? Yeah. Okay.
Really comfortable.
Okay. So.
Be brave. You don't want to talk about period.
No, I do. I've
Be
done my
brave.
period.
It's all right. It's all right.
So meanwhile, back in Birmingham, Miriam
Yes.
just had her period.
So I went to the ladies' room, and in those days there was a long box on the wall, Dr. Southall sanitary towels, and you put in two pennies and pulled the little drawer and got out the carton. Am I right? You remember all this, some of you. And
People applauding. Oh yes.
so I put in my 2p, pulled out the little drawer, and it snapped back with my finger in it. So it was really painful. It tore a great gash in my finger, which was so sore, bleeding all over the place. I managed to pull open the drawer and extract my finger. I rushed into the loo and fixed myself up, came out again, and went in and started to read for the audition. And I noticed that the script was covered in blood. And the people I was auditioning for noticed it too. And they looked at, and I saw them looking, and I said, oh, I'm so sorry. You see, my period started...
Did you get the job?
I did, actually.
You got the job! Yay!
It's memorable
My
for
whole
them.
mission right now is to use music to inspire the youth to care about STEM education, especially the girls. And that's why I'm going to East London. And, you know, I talked to Prince Charles on putting a STEM program into the Prince's Trust.
This is fantastic.
It is.
This is fantastic. Really, really, you're making a difference. He's making a difference, and that's what we all want to do in our lives. You know, I'm nearer death than you are, believe me. And I want to have made a difference. I haven't got 7 million, you know, but I agree with you. Education is key to the future. And how unexpected that this rapper would do this, because I don't have a very positive attitude towards rappers. I don't really know any. You're the first one I've actually talked to. And what?
And the black guy.
Black Eye?
I'm the first rapper and black dude you kicked it with.
Black Eye?
No, black guy.
Oh, Black Eye.
I don't think she understood him there.
That's true.
Yeah, we need to kick it more.
Right-ho.
That's a record waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video below so you guys can make sure you stay updated on all our other reaction videos.
You got that very late in the day, so you'd know.
Yeah, they were shooting the movie already. I had 3 days.
Yeah,
to,
but you're
to
not
prepare.
gay, and sometimes people who aren't gay are better at being gay than people who are.
Oh, it's a shame. It's a shame you're not gay because you'd be so good at it.
I know. But it's true, isn't it?
No, I know what you mean. Yes, there's a certain distance. There's a distance.
An objectivity.
There's an
somewhere.
objectivity. There's a perspective that maybe you wouldn't have.
See, I don't like playing lesbians. I am a lesbian, but I don't like playing them. I loathe kissing women, for example, on stage or on screen. Absolutely loathe it.
Right.
And I tell you why, and I'm quite serious. It's because I don't want them to think that I fancy them. Can you understand
No,
this?
of course I can. Yeah. Well, that's exactly why I don't play lesbians on stage.
And Gemma, of course, was in a big musical last year, Maid and Dagenham, and in that you had to go amongst the live audience.
I did.
And, and
Not something that I enjoy doing, I have to admit. I don't know if audiences even like it, because they get a bit nervous that what's going to happen? Are you going to talk to me or make me participate? But I did go into the audience, and it does happen where phones go off. How can you believe it?
I've been to a theater show where the audience had to participate, and I was chosen to go up, and it was quite weird just singing along. And
phones go off in the theatre, which is a big bugbear of mine. And this guy, I walked down the aisle and I have to sort of stand there, and first of all, his phone went off, and then he took a picture of me. So I just took it. The play was set in the 1960s, and I said, "What's that then?" And I just turned it off and took it away with me. Good for you.
You should have squeezed his testicles very hard.
Well, I did that as well.
no, I think you might have enjoyed that, Miriam.
she just went from 0 to 100.
No.
Because actually, Miriam, you've been quite bossy with audiences. Was it your Dickens? Was it one-woman Dickens show?
Yes. I think it was... No, I think it was something in Australia I did. I can't actually remember what it was. But I was very good. And, and everybody stood up in the audience, except this one woman in the front row. And I just said, "Why aren't you standing up?" She said, and good on her, she said, "I stood up for Derek Jacobi." And that put me in my place.
Did you let her sit there then?
Well, what could I do? I wasn't going to haul her to her feet. You should never do that. You should just, whatever the audience gives you, be grateful, and that's it, you know, and I know that's true. But I just thought, how could she not stand up when everybody else in the theatre was standing up?
Yeah, because then she's making a
She's
point.
making a point.
She's making a point, and I said, well, I think it's very rude of you.
Maybe she couldn't stand up.
No, she got up to go out.
She was making a point.
If you were to mix Michael Jackson's Don't Stop Till You Get Enough?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Do you like that one?
I'm sure I will.
So if you were to mix Don't Stop Till You Get Enough into, which one do you know? And I'll mix it.
Smoke Gets in Your Eyes. Cole Porter?
So if you were to do Don't Stop Till You Get Enough to Smoke Gets in Your Eyes?
I don't know that one.
I've never heard it.
Smoke gets in your eye.
You sing
That's
it.
it.
Go, bust it.
I've just busted it.
So it's like, so Michael Jackson beat would go. Boom, 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 go.
Smoke gets in your eye.
You know what I mean? It's like that.
My gut instinct was to do some hardcore rapping, Graham.
Yeah, but that's when you were supposed to say, smoke gets into my eyes when I'm puffing on a doobie.
I used to be into the, when I was a kid, I used to be into the Booyah tribe.
Yeah.
Do you know them?
Davies.
Those big
I like
Samoans.
him, too.
Yeah.
He's a
You know
good
those
comedian,
guys?
too.
You must know them. Hit the gas, put on a ski mask, right where we pass. What you think, Rid? Smoke that ass. Let me do the second verse. This ain't a game, straight up reality, driven by the streets, born by insanity, drive by. Yes, it's the season when the gangster kills for no reason. When an MC sitting on a front porch, stick him like a pitchfork. This is not New York.
That's good. Well done.
Okay, pass the vibe check. He definitely passed the vibe check.
No. That was the Booyah
Those
tribe.
are the words of a song.
The Booyah tribe.
Booyah.
You know, I'm missing out here.
I thought you was gonna kick it in a rap right there.
You know, I'm missing out here. You better feel. Don't say like in here.
This. The comedy flies, as do the bodily fluids. Hilarity and deep penetration ensues. You can have it. Go on. It's still in... Oh, no, it's not out of its cover now.
Here, I think you should have this.
Actually, I've made my own.
Yo, Miriam's been in a lot of porn.
Oh, really? I didn't realize
Only
that.
audio, though.
Only the audio.
Yes.
Audio?
I've never actually
What?
done it in front of a camera.
But you make the sounds of it.
I make the sounds, and I'm not doing it now.
No. I wasn't going to ask. You brought it
She's
up,
done
Miriam.
audio.
I'd rather watch your show.
All right.
than-
I don't
than-
think anybody really wants this.
Do you want it?
No.
No.
We don't.
Here,
I'll
you
tell
can
you what.
have this.
Auction it for charity.
If we leave it there, by the end of the show, that'll be gone.
Somebody will take it.
Look at him. Look at him in the shirt. He's eyeing it up. He's eyeing. Yeah, if I distract my girlfriend, I can get that into my bag. Now, have you ever been... Because you would make a very good Bond villain, I think, Miriam.
I'd love to have been.
It's a good idea, isn't it?
Rosa Krebs was one of the Bond villains, played by Bertolt Brecht's wife.
She would be a really good Bond villain. I don't know, like something about her. Like she would be a really good Bond villain.
In the film. Yeah, I'd love to have been. Well, we'd all... I mean,
Yes.
there's something magic about James Bond. It's just a magic...
But you were in Harry Potter, weren't you?
I was,
Yeah, so
yes.
that's magic.
Well, that was
actually magic,
terrific.
yeah, yeah.
That was terrific.
Yeah.
And she's also worked with the biggest action star of them all, not Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes, I worked with Arnold Schwarzenegger, which was a horrible experience.
No filter.
Why so horrible, Miriam?
Well, the real reason is because, because he didn't fancy me, he didn't think I mattered, and I really resent that attitude. And secondly, because he farted in my face. And that was when I was lying on the ground, you know, in the part. I was playing my role, and I was Satan's sister, and I had to be killed lying on the floor with a glass table slicing my throat. Yes. So I was doing all that, and you know, it's difficult. Can't get out of the way when you're stuck like that.
No.
And he thought it was hysterical. He just Arnold.
So he did it on purpose. He just squatted in your face and...
Absolutely on purpose.
Yeah, he did it on purpose. That's probably young Arnold in Hollywood.
Think about the man, he eats nothing but protein.
Oh, Graham Norton.
True. I mean, it was very unpleasant.
Well, let's draw a veil. I'll ask him about it next time he's on the show.
Different when you're working class, you know, and you come back speaking posh. It does set people's teeth on edge.
Yeah, it does.
Because I have a posh voice, and I wish I didn't, but I just do. And
She does have like a posh voice. That means like an upscale, like British voice, and she really does. She really does have that.
You can change your accent. You should do that.
I do.
You know,
I
choose an
always
accent
do.
a day.
I always, if I need something in the street, I always become Scottish.
I've got to ask you, what do you need in the street?
You never know. Well, I mean, the time, or a road, or a garage, you know, something like that.
Why Scottish?
I tell you why, and this is true. Scottish is a classless sound, and it's friendly. Excuse me, could you tell me where the nearest garage is? I don't know where I am at the moment. I'm just slightly lost here. Could you help me out?
That is very friendly. It's a very friendly accent.
It's friendly.
May have rumbled you now, but that's a Scottish woman, I hope. Now, is it fair to say, Miriam, that you are not physically shy?
Yes, it is fair to say
Yes, I thought
that.
that was fair to say. Because what was the story? You had a run-in with... Was it painters at the BBC you had a run-in with?
Yes, my goodness, things get around. One of the problems when you're stacked, as I am, you know, and when you sort of run along a corridor... I know you're stacked, but just lower down. My stacking is
all
here.
Over. It still means the same stack.
Oh, yes, it still means the same, I'm sure. And I was going past these painters, and they made fun of me because my tits were wiggling and, you know, I was running along. And I thought, I'm not having that. I'm not having that. And, you know, when you confront people, they get very nervous. Yeah. So I stopped, and I went over to them, and I looked at them, and I took their great big hands, and I put them... I put them on my great big breasts. They were terrified. And next time, when I was going back along the corridor, they were painting very... I didn't say a word.
And was it this year? Was it? No, I think it was last year. You had, and you had a really lovely honour from your school. Was it Oxford School?
Oxford High School.
Oxford High School. Did you go there?
I went there from 1945 to 1959.
Wow.
It's the best school in the world. That is why I talk as I talk, clearly. And I hardly ever use the word like. They named a theatre space after me, which was a real thrill. They actually wanted Maggie Smith, because she was at the school as well, Dame Maggie. And they asked me to ask Dame Maggie if she would like to give her name to this space in the school. And I asked her, you know, on their behalf, would she? And she said, no, I don't want to do that. I didn't like the school at all. So why don't you do it? You'd like that, wouldn't you? You'd do it. So they asked me, and I said yes.
Very nice. And now, it is extraordinary that you've become so established. You do lots of work for charities, I know.
Well, when you get to my age, you sort of do that sort of thing, you know. Not everybody can do it. But I don't work all the time, so in the spare moments I have, I do things for breast cancer and kidney transplants and stroke association and all those different things, you know. I love doing stuff for charity. I get a kick out of it. Some of you may have actually seen me on Loose Women quite recently,
That's not
talking
charity.
about breast cancer. Well, it was. It was. Don't interrupt, guys.
It's like question time. It's like question.
I haven't seen the Loose Women, but it sounds funny.
But here's the thing. So Miriam, you're very kind of embraced by establishment, but you've always been quite a wild child, I would say.
A little bit, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, no, for instance-
naughty. I was
Not
naughty.
just a child,
'cause
she's
you
wild
brought our
at
attention
heart.
to this photograph. Now, what is going on? This is the 1970s, I think. Is this one of your first jobs?
Girls of slender means. I'm in the front. Behind me is Mary Tam, Patricia Hodge, and Jane Cussons, who I think is here tonight.
Where's Jane Cussons?
There she is.
Oh, there's Jane Cussons! Wow! Are you all in the knit?
Yes, well, what happened was we had to have a scene in which everybody stripped naked. And we were a little bit shy about it. They closed the studio, of course. And we insisted that the cameramen took off their clothes as well. And we had a photograph of ourselves covered up because it was just coming up to Valentine's Day. And then they did one as well for us.
And we've got that picture as well. This is unbelievable they did this. So this is the crew.
Pretty funny, not gonna lie.
My favourite one. My favourite though. If you pay attention, look how cocky John is.
What is my man holding up the sign with?
Well, I think that's John Henschel, who is responsible for getting us all together again. And I should mention our director, Moira Armstrong. It was just the most wonderful experience. 1976, and we are still all great friends. Love each other, don't we, Jane? It's just such a wonderful...
It's good for them. Good for them. Let's keep up.
They were all very beautiful. They were all
Thank you,
very
Graham.
beautiful
Yes,
girls.
you do. You look you're fabulous. Yes.
She's actually single, so if anybody's interested...
You can tell
it's a
this is how
proper
she
world tour.
always
I mean, you've
is.
been in
Even her
Australia
friends
already.
Like, oh,
And
Miriam.
New Zealand.
Well, you've done New Zealand already.
Dear New Zealand, yes.
But you get here on 23rd of June. It's tomorrow, Saturday.
Is that tomorrow? Yes, it is.
It is.
Yes.
And then you go to Canada and the States.
Yes.
Yes, very good.
Yes.
So
and
people
all
are-
around England as well.
Oh, yeah. Yes. All right.
Taunton. We're going to Taunton.
What part of the States are you going to?
I'm going to California.
That's where I'm from.
Yes, I know that, darling. And Chicago.
Nice.
Yes. And Yale. And all over Massachusetts.
When you say Yale, you have to say Yale.
Yale.
Because you're doing the show is Dickens Women, and we'll talk about it in a bit. But in order to get sort of match fit, you've become a vegetarian.
Yes, well, I knew that I'm 71 and I'm overweight and not particularly fit, and I thought I must get fit to do this tour. So I went to India to an Ayurvedic clinic, and I had oil enemas every day for 6 weeks.
Oh my God!
That does not sound pleasant at all.
Does a mechanic do that? I mean, what?
Not really, no.
Is it hot oil, cold oil?
I think it's warm. But it's warm afterwards, anyway. And it really was amazing, and that's where I became a vegetarian. I eat fish, but not poultry or red meat.
Yeah.
And it really got me fit. It got me going, and I was able to do the tour so far without missing a show or feeling poorly or anything.
Yeah. Well, you look amazing. You look very fit and healthy.
Do you think so?
You really do.
Oh, bless you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Because you...
Thank you.
And you do swimming.
I I swim. I swim every day. I haven't met you in the pool yet. But I imagine that you're a bit faster than I am in the pool.
Well, if I am there, I'm probably raising money for charity.
Now, I don't know if it's the way the programme's edited, but your trip did seem dominated by the toilet.
Well, this sounds like my favorite show ever.
Well,
Matthew Perry as well. He's never been on a show like this. Like, American actors, they're not used to going on these British TV shows at all, especially the nightly talk shows, because you're pretty much allowed to really step it up, especially there's different things that you can do over there. Obviously, you can drink on these nightly talk shows. You can pretty much swear, no bleep it out, but you're not really supposed to, but they'll bleep it out. Over here with the way the FCC is and in the States, they definitely they make sure that the line is drawn.
look, I'm nearly 75, and you can't hang on to it as well as you can at your age. So it becomes important to be able to get to a toilet when you want to.
Is everything okay right now?
If I start to fidget, get worried.
All right.
Yes, I mean, I think everybody would feel the same. You know, you want to be able to get to a toilet.
Yes.
And in India, if you can get to a toilet, it's not always a toilet you want to get to. You put it like that, because it's a dirty hole in the ground with 2 footprints and not much cover and lots of flies and shit on the wall and everything. It's not pleasant. But if you're in a hotel or somewhere like that, of course, it's absolutely as it would be in the West.
Why are there 2 footprints?
1 for each foot.
Like for your feet.
I
Painted a lovely picture with words, Miriam.
But I mean, there's much more to India
Yes,
than
no,
dirty
of course there
toilets,
is, yes.
you know, but it's just something that was important to me.
Well, listen, we've got a clip. This is you getting ready for breakfast with your fellow travellers.
Oh, I haven't seen any of it.
Well, you'll
so
see
I'm
it
quite
now.
interested.
Watch with interest.
You know, she watches shows and stuff and movies. Seems like she's not the type of actress that would watch her own TV shows
I
and
bought
movies.
tickets for your show, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I
Have you
have.
bought tickets for Matthew's
Not yet,
show?
but I will. I don't ask for comps ever. I always
No?
pay for...
Okay.
No,
Well,
I
we'd
pay
love
my
for you
way.
to come.
I will come, and I might come backstage.
Just
and
make sure
frighten you.
she's near...
Well, of course I'll come.
I will guarantee you one thing, there will be bathrooms backstage.
At the Playhouse, hardly, but... And you've exposed yourself as well.
Yes, yeah.
We don't have a picture, sadly. Calm down, everyone. But actually, if you could find the women involved in this story, how brilliant. But we haven't, but go.
Is this me working in that very rather sort of grubby cafe, being a sort of this greasy teenager and wearing my very tight black jeans and entering the bakery early in the morning from a...
Seems like all actors and actresses are like waiters or bartenders before they make it big.
Late night out, and having just learnt how to make cappuccinos. Cappuccinos had just arrived in England, hadn't been around for a while, and so I used to make them terribly big and frothy, not how you meant to make them. They were sort of repulsive and undrinkable but at the time. And I put them down. I remember 2 lovely ladies coming into the cafe, and I think I just learned how to hold the 2 cappuccinos in one hand, which I was very impressed by, and then I had some revolting, greasy croque, something or other. What's it called, a croque?
Monsieur.
Croque monsieur in the other. And I had these terrible old jeans on which had a big hole in the thing. And so as I was placing them down, shaking and sort of feeling rather sweaty and anxious anyway, that my thing just fell out and just dangled and rested on the edge. And I wasn't aware of it at the time, so this awful look. That two of them doing that exact expression. And it was just neatly resting on the end, and I pulled it in, and it was a horrible moment.
You mean your cock fell out of your hand? Actually fell out?
It did. It fell out and it dangled and rested on the edge. And there was nothing I could do because I was holding this.
Did anyone mention it?
Oh, they were repulsed by it. It was meant to be it was a patisserie of a high-class patisserie.
Did you at least kind of go, excuse I?
No, I don't know what I just backed off. We were all so enjoy, and then I went off. Awful. It was really pathetic and sort of not very good either. It didn't look good.
It fell out.
I know. I don't know what kept in.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned it earlier.
That was because I saw it. But I didn't see it out on the table.
You didn't. But I don't know. I think we wore.
Did we? What happened earlier?
She gave me some very good advice. And mentioned my penis.
Oh yes.
He's beautifully.
No. It wasn't like that.
When I said it.
I loved it. I loved it.
She loved it.
No
I wasn't
filter.
repelled. The
No.
word is repelled, not repulse.
No.
Repelled.
I left you alone in makeup for 10 minutes.
I was very impressed you'd noticed it altogether.
The funny
Never
thing
gets
is,
mentioned.
when you're gay, as I am, and you never see a cock from, you know, Martin Mass to Christmas, you're very aware of them. You're very aware. They're hanging all around all the time. And I'm very short.
I was standing, yes, I was standing up.
You were standing up.
I was standing.
So there you
I
go.
was standing very close.
Oh, dear. No, I bought a DVD, which is brilliant. I don't want the lady who did this DVD to think I'm being negative about it. It's great. And I've done it for weeks. And I just presumed that the lady was some sort of yoga master of her whole life, and she'd trained in the Far East or something. And a mate came round and I showed it him and said, I've been doing this yoga DVD, it's absolutely brilliant. And he went, mate, she's on Emmerdale File. She's really good.
But she's from Emmerdale.
She's a lesbian character from Emmerdale File.
Oh, really? Yeah. I'm one of those. I know in America they don't say that much on television, but I like to say it, because I think it gives people courage.
Yes.
Yeah, I think...
I've never met a lesbian before.
Because, Miriam, now, you didn't... I'm guessing you don't sugarcoat things. Do you get starstruck when you make
I do sometimes. I
does not
remember when
sugarcoat
I was
things.
young and I met Laurence Olivier.
Wow.
That was... I used to collect autographs at the stage door, you know, and he came out, and I remember so distinctly...
I've actually done that before. I got a autograph of Al Pacino waiting for a theater show outside New York.
that I started to cream in my knickers. I could feel it. I could actually...
Didn't know where that was going. I definitely did not expect that.
I know exactly what you mean.
Alright, we need to bring that right back. Because that is just too much. That was just... no way that she just said that. Honestly. There's no way that she just said that. Honestly.
Graphs at the stage door, you know, and he came out, and I remember so distinctly that I started to cream in my knickers. I could feel it.
Look at Matthew Perry's face. He is like, what am I doing on this show?
I know exactly
That's what he's thinking.
Wherever we thought that story was going.
Yes, exactly.
That isn't it.
I honestly don't think I've ever been more uncomfortable in my life. I think that's the worst moment of my life.
Oh,
Well, you
dear.
can only get better. So.
Well, that's a lovely story, Miriam.
Lovely story.
Thank you for sharing. I think that's in the compilation. That's great.
I made it.
But I think that's a tribute.
No, it's no greater compliment, Miriam. Yes. I think we should all get fans out now.
Yeah, fan yourself.
Thank you very much.
Well, just before we do, I know, Miriam, you have a story. Is it you in Edinburgh?
I'm going to Edinburgh with my show.
Oh, yes, Dickens
And the
Women, all over
last
the
time,
world.
that's right,
Yes.
the last time I was in Edinburgh, I hope this isn't going to offend anybody.
It's fine, far ahead.
I'm going to be offended. I might.
I hope you won't.
Yeah.
I was walking home late after a show one night, and I was walking through the meadows, which is a kind of field in the middle of Edinburgh, and I heard a rustling above me. Almost everything is above me, actually. So short. And I looked up,
Good delivery.
and I saw a young man masturbating in the tree.
What?
Yeah, climb up there.
He climbed up, and I said,
He climbed up.
"What are you doing?"
And he said,
And he
making
said-
it rain.
Wow.
That's a good one.
Well, I felt concerned.
Yes, of course.
And I said, "What is your occupation?" And he said, "I'm a soldier." And I said, "In the tattoo?" Because you know there's an Edinburgh tattoo.
Yes.
And he said, "Yes, I am." And I said, "Come down at once." So he sort of slid down the tree. And I said, "You know you can get into trouble for doing what you're doing."
Did you do what you did with the painters with him?
I absolutely did. You've heard of helping hands, haven't you? You know what?
Yes.
I helped him out. And he was charming. And I must say, also grateful. And,
Of course he was.
Jesus, Miriam.
He was a soldier and he was grateful.
he was a soldier, and you've got to support the troops.
The troops. Wow. That was a good note to end that video on. She said we gotta support our troops. She got me with that one. She definitely got me with that one. So, as you can see, I mean, the reason why I really wanted to do this reaction is just Miriam's delivery is just so great, and her storytelling is on par with a lot of great, great interviewers. The people that go on talk shows, it's very hard for them to have like a genuine story, and they always have like pre-interviews and stuff, but she's the type of person that probably never does pre-interviews before these talk shows. She's just like, I'm gonna go out there and just talk about my life and let people decide for themselves. She is so funny. If you guys haven't watched, any of her movies, definitely check them out. Her movies are definitely different than she is on her interviews, but she's, like I said, she's most famous for the Harry Potter films, but she's also done a lot more stuff, and as well as like a lot of theater. But her best work, I gotta say, whenever she goes on any type of interview show, it could be a daytime TV, could be a nighttime talk show, kind of like the Graham Norton Show. It literally is so funny. She makes everyone on the couch either very uncomfortable, it makes things awkward, or just makes everyone laugh like crazy, and she does a little bit of both at the same time, which is why I think that she is definitely, hands down, one of the best people that I've seen on nighttime talk show interviews. Definitely. Miriam Margolyes. That was a great reaction video, and thank you guys for watching this one. We're gonna definitely check her out in some other episodes, but that was Miriam Margolyes. Definitely check out the rest of the videos on the channel, and we'll see you guys next time.